Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
What is up, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to another edition of the Know Before You Go Travel Show, and we've got a show for you today, baby.
All right.
Dropped a baby on the end of that one.
Yes, well, we are back from Mexico.
We are back, and it is Thanksgiving week.
It is.
We are back. So we had about a week in between since our last episode, but we toured 2 resorts in Mexico. It was awesome. We did a little live episode while we were there. Actually, It worked pretty well. Mm-hmm. Very proud of myself. But it's Thanksgiving already.
I can't believe it's Thanksgiving. What a crazy year this has been. And, let's get through the holidays and let's get to 2021.
I think everyone's feeling that.
I think everyone's feeling that.
It has been a year.
Because things are, some places you hear are starting to close down again and go back into lockdown. So It's just kind of like, oh, goodness. So Cancun could not have come in a more perfect time.
Yeah, it was. When you really need a trip, like when you need a vacation and you go, it feels so freaking good.
Yes, it does.
There's nothing that can replace leaving your, area that you're in, like leaving your surroundings that you're consistently in and just getting out.
Oh, yeah, getting away, letting your mind, like you like to say, letting your mind go to mush.
I like to say let my mind go numb or let my mind go to mush and just not worry about a dang thing.
Yep, that's right. Just, sit there and sip margaritas all day. It's great.
We had our fair share of margaritas.
We definitely had our fair share of margaritas.
And it was awesome.
They taste so good in Mexico.
I know. We are back, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in, by the way. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we would love, love, love if you subscribe, because you'll get a lot more good content just like this. We travel around. We do resort reviews. We give you the best travel tips. And so we hope we can bring you guys some value and so you can make your next trip the best one yet. But anyways, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber yet.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today? Obviously, everyone's waiting for a big review. So we have 2 properties or 2 resorts to review.
Yes.
Secrets Akumal and then LeBlanc.
So we stayed at LeBlanc Cancun first, and then we stayed at Secrets Akumal. So today we are going to give you our review of Secrets Akumal first. Yeah,
and so these are both pretty big reviews. These are both very popular properties, very popular resorts, and I don't like it when I use the word properties, so I will be more proper and say resorts. One is in the hotel zone in Cancun, which is LeBlanc, and we are not going to do LeBlanc. We'll do that one later.
Right.
But then the other one's out a little bit. It's about an hour and a half from the airport. But
so Secrets Akumal is about an hour and 15 minutes south of the Cancun airport. From the hotel zone of Cancun, it's about an hour and a half. So it's down almost to Tulum. Now, I get a lot of inquiries about Tulum. And one thing to note about that is there's not like really any big, all-inclusive resort-style places there, accommodations. It's much more like smaller, boutique, focused on wellness. That's the majority of what you're going to find there.
Yep.
But Secrets Akumal is literally right outside of Tulum. So if you like, the normal all-inclusive experience, then this is definitely a great option.
Absolutely, yeah. It's certainly a great option here. And before we go forward, I've got to give some shout-outs. We had a lot of people slide into the DMs, which was awesome because we love hearing back from you guys. So let me give you a quick rundown here, then we'll get back into the review of Secrets Akumal. So Shay and Nam, thank you so much. They hit us up. They slid in the DMs while we were enjoying it was either Secrets or LeBlanc. While we were gone, they slid in the DMs. John Saturn, thank you so much. And I hope I pronounced this right, Jeannie Mazeth slid into the DMs. Madison Boyer, we love hearing from her. Thank you so much. Lindsay Stewart, thank you so much for sliding into the DMs and hitting us up. And then Jeannie from Philly, shout out Jeannie from Philly for putting in a quote request for a honeymoon. Thank you so much for sharing the love. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We love hearing from you guys, and keep the interaction coming.
Yeah, we love it.
So back to Secrets.
Yep. So just also to give you kind of an idea, speaking on the ride from the airport, if you do a shared transportation from the airport to Secrets Akumal, you can expect to pay about $40 per person. And if you do a private, it's approximately $250, and that's total for a couple, and that's round trip. So just give you an idea on that. So first impressions of the resort, what were yours?
First impressions were, it's in the upper tier of Secrets properties. We've been to a lot of them.
Yes.
It was, so right when you walk in, they do have a beautiful open air lobby where you do the check-in. They were very safe, hand sanitizer there. And one thing that stuck out to me that I didn't see at other resorts is they actually had a infrared camera that would scan your body temperature as you walk into the resort through the lobby. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a nice safety feature they had.
And they had the standard sanitation mats and that they greeted you with.
Temperature, they actually...
The temperature check.
They did the temperature check manually like they do with the laser, but they also had the camera as well.
Right.
Which could have been for staff as well. I don't know, but it was there. I thought that was pretty cool. First impressions were, I was pretty impressed. It's big.
Yes.
It's lush. I mean, it is just thick greenery everywhere. You feel like you're in a jungle, and you definitely need directionals.
Yeah, I do think...
We got lost a lot.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the prettiest resorts I've ever been to. You definitely felt like you were staying in a jungle, and yeah, like George said, you did feel like you were getting lost some because it was just, the resort was so big, and then you couldn't really see where you're going. You could just go down past because there's so much lush greenery around, but it was absolutely beautiful resort.
Yeah, and the resort is in a U shape, which is very common that you see these resorts that they kind of a U shape where the top of the U actually ends up being the beach. So you have as many ocean view rooms as you can. So this one was also in a U shape, but the lobby takes you into the side of the U.
Yeah.
And I just could not wrap my head around where we were ever.
Yeah,
they need better signs. They do need better signs for sure.
Yeah, no, we did keep getting lost. So to give you an idea...
It could be the margaritas too. I don't know. Maybe that's why we got lost.
True.
Who knows?
But we did not really figure out our way until the last day that we were there.
Yeah,
Which
for sure.
We only spent 3 nights there, but by the third night, that was probably when we
started
figured
figuring things out. Yeah. But yeah, very big resort. A lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
We've sent clients there. It just seemed a lot bigger. Had a village feel, which I liked.
To give you an idea, it's 434 rooms on the size. They do have great meeting space. So, if you have a company and you're looking to host a conference or something like that, I do see that a lot. They've got 8,000 square feet of meeting space, which is good. Yeah,
it seemed a little hectic with the COVID procedures. I feel like that Secrets Akumal, they did a good job overall with everything, but I feel like they were adapting to the changes not as quick as some other properties were. I just feel like they just seemed a little busy all the time. Like things just... I could tell there was a lot of change going on in the new procedures they've implemented, and it wasn't up to speed with what I've seen in other properties. I wouldn't hesitate to go there still, but I could just tell that there just seemed to always be a lot going on. Yeah,
no, it did seem like there was a lot of confusion sometimes.
Yeah.
With the staff, and it was just hectic, and
there's just a lot. I could just tell they were dealing with a lot.
Well, for example, when we got there, which another good COVID safety thing that I really like that they do is they spray all of your bags, even your purse and your book bag and your luggage, all down with disinfectant. So I really like that.
I really like that too.
But so someone took us and told us to sit down at this check-in place right in front of where you're supposed to check in, but then nobody came out after 10 minutes to get us. So
yeah, and then the other, I guess you call them, receptionists or the other people that worked for Secrets that were checking people in, they kept coming over to us. Oh, do you need help? I was like, no, we've already checked in. We're just waiting for our luggage. And it was little things like that. It didn't really deter my experience.
Oh no,
but we travel. Yeah, we travel so much. We kind of notice these very small details. So wouldn't hesitate to go there because everyone was super friendly, really nice. One
thing I do want to point out, and I get asked this from a lot of my clients, but when you are checking into the resort, you will see they a lot of times have VIP table or desk there. And so AM Resorts does, and Secrets, which they're a part of AM Resorts, they do have a timeshare. And when you get to the resort, they will, the majority of the time, immediately start asking you to come to a presentation, and then so they can try to sell you on the timeshare and you can earn a spa treatment or something like that. Do I think it's worth it? No. I mean, if you can say no to the presentation, then it's maybe worth the spa treatment. But do I think the actual timeshare that they have is worth it? No.
Yeah, and we're probably, if we have time on the next one, I'd like to sit through it just so I can hear it.
Yeah.
Because I would like to know what their value proposition is on it. I mean, obviously we're travel agents, so we like traveling everywhere.
Right.
Timeshares, I'm sure there's some sort of financial benefit to it and flexibility, but it kind of pigeonholes you into one brand. Now, they're a big brand. AM Resorts is huge, but I don't know.
But they don't have they don't have them everywhere, and they're not all up to the same level.
That is very true. That's a great point.
Yeah, and so that's why I don't think it's worth it. I wouldn't want to go to, the same 2 resorts every other year.
Yeah, Secrets has
to change it up,
Yeah, they have as far as like a brand goes, they have a wide range of, I hate to use the word quality, but they have a wide range of like size, scope, locations, and with other brands, sometimes you know what to expect.
Right.
They just have a wide variety.
They do,
but it also accommodates a wide variety of budgets as well.
It does.
So it's 6 in one, half dozen in the other if you're really splitting it up like that.
Yeah, but just one thing to note, they will try to, get you to do that immediately when you walk in. So just be aware of that.
For sure, yeah.
Now, one of the other biggest things that I noticed, first impression, was the beach. The beach here is absolutely amazing.
It is.
It is beautiful.
As advertised, yeah.
And we have never spent, if you listen to our podcast for a while, you know that we spend the majority of our tropical vacations at the pool. We just do. We've never really been big beach bums. But this trip we were beach bums, and at Akumal we laid on the beach like all day, every day that we were there. Yeah,
we were bumming, and it was very pleasant. The water, it's kind of in a cove, so a
large
cove. But the waves almost every day it was like pristine swimmable, just relaxing. This is the type of beach too to bring your own snorkel gear, or you can rent their snorkel gear, but you can snorkel right off the beach. There's reefs you can see.
Yes.
It's one of those places, and also too, obviously you can stand in the water and relax, enjoy it. One thing that caught me that I thought was a little unique is that we were out there drinking our margaritas right the first day.
Yep.
We just had a couple margaritas in our hands, and we're just out there. We're probably
we're in the ocean,
waist deep, maybe if that. And the security guard waved us over and said, "Hey, no drinks in the ocean," which is the first time I'd ever heard of that. Maybe it's a new policy. I don't know. They were plastic cups. They weren't glass.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He didn't want us over. He didn't want the drinks in the ocean, which maybe they didn't want. I guess they've had a problem with guests maybe throwing the cups in the ocean. I hope not.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that was different. I know that's the first I've ever heard of anyone.
Yeah, so that was one thing. But yeah, the beach was incredible. The resort was busy. It was hard. It's if you're getting out there, probably 11 o'clock or later, it can be hard to find a chair.
Yes, that was another first impression that we were a little surprised about, just because we've traveled, a good bit since June, since things started reopening from COVID, and I was shocked at how many people were at that resort.
I think they either were fully booked to whatever capacity standards they've been set, or they've taken away a lot of beach chairs and pool chairs, because it just seemed to be, it was hard to find pool chairs and beach chairs, which is the first time we've experienced that since this pandemic's happened. Usually you walk out and there's tons of chairs. There we're like, oh crap, we can't get a chair. This is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're supposed to be at 60% max occupancy, but it definitely felt like it was more than that. So
it definitely felt like it was more than that.
I was a little surprised by that, and also just since we talk about how we like to spend the majority of our time on these vacations, we spend at the pool. Beautiful large pools there, but they only had one swim up bar, and
they need another swim
up bar, and it was always crowded.
Yeah,
so that was another thing that
everybody went to the one swim up bar.
Right. Yeah. So
they had 3 big pools, really big pools. One had the swim up bar, and that was one closest to the ocean.
Yep.
Then they had one that was right behind the pool at the swim up bar.
Yep.
Then they had a quiet pool way in the back.
Yes.
And we stayed at all 3. We tried all 3. The quiet pool was actually quite pleasant. They had servers coming around. The quiet pool wasn't busy at all.
Right.
Hardly anybody in it. That's probably why the other pool felt very crowded, is because no one was at the quiet pool. But they did have servers at the quiet pool, and it was very chill. It was very relaxing. But if you want that swim up bar experience, which a lot of people do because they're hard to find in the United States, they only have one.
Yeah, they only have one.
It was a big one, though. It was a big swim up bar.
Yeah, it was big, but it was crowded. So that was a little surprising.
Yeah, I think there's a video of it on Penyak. Did I post it on Instagram?
Yes, I believe so.
It's on the story for sure. If you go to our Instagram page and click the Secret Akumal story, and it might actually be on the page too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But
I can't remember. I'll get it up there. If not, I'll post it up there.
Now, another great thing that I really liked about this resort were the entertainment and activities, and they still had all of that going on despite COVID, which was, really, I like to see that. So one evening they had a water show, like where they had like what do you call the acrobats?
Yeah, acrobats. Yeah.
Yeah, they had the acrobats, doing all these things over the pool.
Yeah, and they were like, swinging from rafters that they set up like these metal rafters that were up there like 20 feet.
Yeah.
I was real nervous because the pool's only about 3.5, 4 feet deep. It's like,
yeah, it can make you a little nervous.
Hopefully they don't have any accidents, but hey, it made for a great show.
Yeah, that was a great show. And actually, when we were laying on the beach earlier that day, somebody came by and they were selling like premier seats to this. So they had basically,
it was like a special dinner.
Yeah, they had basically a special dinner which was open to everyone, but all you had to do was buy a bottle of wine, and then you would have a front row table
reserved for you,
yeah. And then you have a great front row view of the show.
And a special menu as well.
And a special menu, yeah.
The other, if you did not reserve or did not spend money on the wine, which we're big winos, so we did. There was a buffet for them, which was fine. And I actually grabbed some of the food, and it was good. But the dinner they had there, that was probably the best dinner we had there.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really good. Well, the hibachi was really good too.
Yeah, the hibachi was good, which we'll get to food in a minute.
We're jumping ahead.
Yes. Now, another cool activity we saw, they had the silent disco. So we did not participate, but we just sat there and watched the people, which it's neat because
it's almost just as fun to watch.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
because you don't hear any music and these people are just dancing with their headphones on. They're singing along,
and they have like 3 different songs that you can choose from, or like I guess 3 different paces of music. And yeah, some of the people were like dancing and singing like crazy, and
they were
like
singing.
Silent outside, so it's pretty funny.
I mean, you can see why there's professional singers and artists, and then the amateurs that sing with their heads. Like, they need to stick with their amateur. Don't quit your day job.
Well, yeah, that's true. Now, another great thing that we mentioned earlier just about the snorkeling, that's definitely a know before you go travel tip. I would definitely recommend bringing your own snorkel equipment. They do have some that you can use, but it's only goggles, and they only allow you to use them for 45 minutes, and you can snorkel right there off the beach. There's lots of reefs right there. And then you have to buy the mouthpiece, and I think it's $4. But if you have your own snorkel equipment, just bring that, and you can just go out there and snorkel, as much as you want.
Yeah, I think that's a good kind of know before you go travel tip in general. If you're going to go to these resorts, and if you like a little bit of activity, snorkeling is a nice little workout because you're paddling with your legs, and a lot of them you're at least going to see something right off the beach. So I think in general it's good to take it anyways. And
absolutely. And there are resorts.
It's very light, so you can just throw it in your beach bag and go.
Oh, right. And a lot of the resorts, I know we're talking about Secret Akumal right now, but if you're looking at Sandals, they don't allow you to just use the equipment to snorkel off the beach. You actually have to go out on the excursion. So I definitely recommend, buying a pair, especially if you do these types of vacations once or twice a year. It's good to have and take with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, as far as rooms go, so we ended up staying in 2 different rooms. Our first room was a junior suite tropical view, which is the least expensive room category.
Yep. And
I was highly impressed by it. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was probably one of the most stunning lead-in room category rooms I've ever seen.
Yes.
So you're getting an incredible value there because the room felt like a suite. It was huge.
It was huge.
With a big balcony. They even had a sitting area. Beautiful big tub in there.
Oh, yeah. Big jacuzzi tub in there.
I mean, it's a rain shower head.
Yeah.
Dual vanities. Pretty comfortable bed. Big king bed. All this at the lead-in level, which it felt like a suite.
Yes. Yeah. No, absolutely. And, it comes with room service as well. The mini bar in your room is stocked with just beer, water, soda, and juices, so you don't get any alcohol in the room. But I think it's definitely a great value, and it's really nice.
Oh, for sure.
Especially getting the tub and all of that, because you don't always get like a big jacuzzi tub with your least expensive rooms.
Yeah, if the room matters to you, this is a great resort because all of the rooms blew us away. And worst case scenario, if you go in with the best priced room, obviously you're compromising views or whatever else you're compromising, but the room is still incredible. You can spread out, you have plenty of room to put your luggage, put your stuff away, and it felt like a suite.
Yes.
It really felt like a big suite. It felt like it was a middle to upper tier room.
Yes, absolutely. Now, the second and third night, we moved over to one of the top room categories. So it's called the Romance Master Suite Oceanfront. Now, one interesting thing to note is in this room category, they do not differentiate between this on when you're booking a room, but they actually have a swim out option in this, and we had the swim out. And so the swim out's on the first floor, so it is oceanfront, but you don't have an ocean view because they have big bushes
if you're on the first level, if you're getting the swim out. So that's I think that's the compromise is it's all one category, because if you get the swim out, you actually can't really see the ocean. If you're on a balcony or high, if you're on second floor or higher, you can see the ocean, but obviously you don't get a swim out.
No, but you do have a small plunge pool.
You do have a small plunge pool, yep.
So, if you are booking this category, I would just, maybe request, which one you want. Again, they'll never guarantee the request, but that's just one thing that I definitely want to note, because it's not differentiated on the website. Maybe in the future it will be, but as of November 23rd, 2020, it is not.
I think they should, though.
I absolutely think they should.
And I don't care if the room's exactly the same, because there are a lot of people. The swim out category is so popular right now.
Yes.
Sandals is building more. A lot of resort chains are going to that, because people like that option where you just can literally walk off of your private patio into a pool.
And it's a big pool. It's not just like a small little plunge pool. It's a big pool.
We spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, we did.
Now, this second room, this was a real suite we had. We had a half bath, a huge full bathroom.
Oh yeah, it was huge. I think it was 1,800 square feet.
Yeah, we had a nice little, I won't call it butler's pantry, but they had this nice little area that had our bar.
Yes.
They had a little sitting area, huge living room, huge couch with a separate TV, and then your master it's one of those rooms where you have a big king bed, and there's almost like a Chester drawer set up at the end of the bed. And I was like, "Where's the TV?" Well, apparently you push this one button, and that TV
comes up.
TV comes out of the little Chester drawer set.
Yeah.
And it's right there. And it was really, really cool.
Yeah, and the bathroom, huge, dual shower heads, the jacuzzi tub, double vanities. Oh, 2 separate huge closets. I mean,
it was incredible.
It really is.
It was the biggest room we've ever stayed in, for sure. Like this resort, if there's a theme here, it's you go for the room. Like, if you're going and you like to have a nice room, go big on the rooms. This place will deliver that for sure.
Yeah, and one of the things I really liked about that room too, just speaking on the closets, is it's nice that you can just put your suitcase in there, and you don't have to. We hardly ever unpack our suitcase. We just kind of live out of it for the week when we travel.
Yeah, I wonder what percentage of people actually unpack their suitcase and put it into the drawers and stuff. I've always wondered that. I never do.
Yeah, we hardly.
Whether we travel for business or pleasure.
Yeah, we have in the past if we're
staying for a long time, yeah.
But a lot of times we don't. We do on cruises, because you have to. You can't just leave your suitcase out because the room's so small. But we usually just live out
just
of the suitcase and make it work. So it's nice that you can just put your suitcase in the closets, and you don't have to look at it every day, look at the mess that's in there. So
yeah, I'm becoming more of a light packer. I'm just I just put my bathing suit on. That's just my jam. And a
you
sun
actually
shirt.
had way more packed on this trip than I did.
Me?
Yeah, I fit all my stuff into a carry-on.
What?
It was my extra large carry-on, but
you could have told me. I could have done a carry-on too.
Well,
carry on.
Yeah, carry on.
Dad joke.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit, but
cheesy.
Speaking of, again, just the Romance Master Suite Oceanfront, beautiful room. All of the rooms at the resort.
It was a preferred level, too.
Preferred club.
We have to talk about that. So
yeah, you do get the preferred club whenever you book that room. Then they also have preferred club, junior suite, tropical view, ocean view, swim outs. A few options there. But what the preferred club gives you is those rooms are in a more like prime locations, so they're all closer to the beach and
more of the
main
restaurants,
pool.
most of the restaurants too.
Yes, and then you have the separate preferred club private lounge, so that's where the concierge is, and there's a bar that you can, if you want to go hang out in there at that, you can. They also have snacks set up all the time in there, so it's really nice. And then you do get an upgraded mini bar, which it's kind of laughable.
Yeah, there was some left to be desired there. Now, we should have made a request to see if we could have got different stuff brought in. We should have looked into this because it was either an error or obviously you can ask for more.
No, it's not an error. That's what they do.
All we had was beer in the fridge, and then we had 2 mini bottles.
Yeah, just 2 mini bottles.
And
One
I think
mini
it was
bottle of Bacardi
and Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
Which I was like, huh.
But they did ask us if we wanted anything else, and we requested wine, and they did bring the wine.
Yeah, so if you want wine, you do have to ask for it. That's not something most, if not all inclusives where we've gotten the suite or the nicer option. If it has a bar, it almost always includes wine. This was, I think, one of the only few. I don't know if it's the only, but it's one of the few ones that you have to request it.
Yeah,
which I thought was weird.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't like about it is that when you requested it, they said, "Okay, it'll be delivered the next day." Which why can't you just deliver it now? I
don't know if that's standard. I don't know. We should have looked in. Again, that was like one of those little things that I think with everything going on, they just forgot or whatever.
And you also get upgraded in bath amenities, so like higher end lotions and shampoos and that sort of thing. And then they have a separate restaurant for breakfast every morning, which is really nice because it's a la carte. It's at the Seaside Grill.
Preferred club only.
Yep, preferred club only. So you can go there and get your breakfast, and it's only preferred club guests, and it's a la carte. So you could not do the buffet. So, which, speaking of the buffet, so now we'll talk about food.
Yeah, the food.
So they did have the buffet for breakfast.
They did the buffet,
and for lunch.
But someone had to pass you the food. So you walk up with a plate. It's almost like the old school chow lines. Like you walk up and they're, okay, you want potatoes or eggs? Here you go. And they scoop it and put it on your plate for you to prevent people from touching.
Right.
Which I thought was a good thing.
Yes.
I have no problem with that. And they actually were doing a really, really good job getting people in and out. Like there wasn't, you would think there'd be long lines for that with like a couple people serving everybody. They were doing a great job with that.
Right. Absolutely.
And the breakfast food was great.
Yeah, it was great. Now, let's see, what all did we eat for dinner? So the first night,
we had hibachi the last night.
We had
steak the second night.
Oh yeah, then we went to the Seaside Grill for the first night, which is their steak restaurant, and then we had that poolside dinner the second night.
Yeah, so we had kind of like back-to-back steaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, the food was good. It didn't like wow me by any means. It wasn't Unico food. No,
it's certainly not Unico food. I think we're going to get a lot of questions to compare our most recent trip to Unico because we spoke so highly of Unico. Certainly the food's a step down.
Yes.
Now, but what you gain is a much bigger property. Like, there's certain things you gain here at Secrets.
Well, and it's about the same size property.
It felt bigger, though.
And that's about the same size.
It's all the greenery everywhere.
Right.
But
basically the beach.
Food wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It didn't just blow me away.
And it's hard because, like, our follow-up from Unico and LeBlanc it was Secrets, and not that Secrets has bad food. I don't want everyone to think that the Secrets has bad food. The food was fine. It was good.
Yeah, no, it was good.
It just it's really hard when you come straight from one of the, I don't want to call them elite all-inclusives, but we had a kind of back-to-back elite all-inclusives, and we came here to Secrets, and it's almost like, okay, I gotta remind myself that, like, this is a different experience here, right?
Yeah, I would say, like Unico and LeBlanc are like 5 stars.
I'd put them at, for sure, 5 stars.
Yeah, and then I would put this Secrets at like 4.
4 to 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean.
And then price-wise versus LeBlanc, it's way less. So you got to think about that. We got to get into that.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that on the next podcast. But, overall, the food was good. You really like sushi. So how did you like the sushi there?
The sushi was good. It was what I would expect.
From an all-inclusive.
From an all-inclusive, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty harsh critic of sushi because I eat sushi weekly just about. And sometimes sushi can be very hit or miss at all-inclusives because it's a very hard and expensive thing to offer and include is sushi. So a lot of times I think these all-inclusive resorts will trade off quality for having the all-inclusive experience. So you're going to lose a little quality there. But it was pretty good. It was fine.
Right.
The sashimi, I had a couple sushi rolls and sashimi, and they were all fine. They were not bad. Eat them again. It was fine. It was good.
Yep. Now, the hibachi restaurant, you do have to have reservations for that. So just make sure that you make those on the day that you arrive.
Yeah, and it was fun. Hibachi was always a good time.
And our chef, he was great.
He was awesome.
Yeah,
it was very
a lot
entertaining.
Of fun.
I was stuffed because I had the sushi and I also had the hibachi, and I was just like, I was about to blow up and Asian food was going to go everywhere. But
why do you always say that?
One thing too that I thought that I liked about the hibachi restaurant here is that they had a couple hibachi tables, but if you wanted to go and not sit at the hibachi table, they actually had a lot of other booths, like regular tables that you could order from a more standard menu.
Yes, which Unico had that as well.
Unico
but
had
yeah,
the same thing.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And you don't see it like you go to the hibachi places at Sandals, they don't do that necessarily. They have a separate Asian restaurant like Soy, but if you're going to hibachi, you're going to hibachi.
Yeah,
like,
it's just hibachi.
You're getting the show.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what you're getting.
Yeah, their restaurants at this property were really well themed, where you had a blend of both, and they also had a little bar, which I liked. They actually had a bar, wasn't open. Right. Well, actually, I couldn't tell. People weren't sitting at it, but it was a sushi bar. It was a sushi bar.
Yeah,
and you could sit at the sushi bar and have sushi, and I thought that was pretty cool. Now you don't eat sushi, so I always eat it by myself.
Yes. Now, speaking of bars,
I'll be sitting there at the resort just with my chopsticks, just all by myself.
There you go. Now,
you can film me.
Okay. So speaking of bars, one really cool thing that I really liked about this resort, and we don't see it too often. I can't really remember another time where they had just this completely separate, but they had an awesome sports bar at this resort.
I thought that was a huge plus.
Yeah, and they had...
More resorts need this feature.
Do, yeah, and they had like 3 huge flat screen TVs
behind the bar, and then 2 more in the corners.
And 2 more in the corners, and we had checked in on a Sunday, and so they had Sunday night football going.
And it was packed. People were drinking, hanging out, watching the games, and all day Sunday they had games going. I mean, it was cool. And like, you know, Americans, when we travel, like, we love our sports, we love our football.
Yes.
It's live. You want to know what's happening. And even if you're at an all-inclusive property, you just want to know what's going on.
Oh,
I think there's a lot of guys out there like me, or girls too, that just, you're going to watch the game. You want to watch the game. You don't want to miss your college games. Certainly don't want to miss college games. And then the pros too. And they had it, and it was really well themed. It was like a little, I don't want to call it like a tiki hut, but it had like this tiki hut feel.
Yep.
With a bunch of bar tables in there and a big bar that you could sit at. And it was cool. You could hear people cheering for the games and everything. I mean, and it's a different experience too. Sports lovers out there, everyone goes to bars to watch the sports here in the United States.
Yeah.
Imagine going to a bar in the Caribbean or Mexico where everything's included and the game's on.
Yeah.
And there's no cost
It's like,
for it.
oh my gosh.
It's like, sure, I'll have another one. So.
Yeah, and they had, so we went there Sunday night, watched some Sunday night football, and Monday night.
Yeah, we don't sit there and watch the whole game. We just watch enough.
For a little
nice
bit.
To have on.
So George can get his fix.
Got to get my fix. I have my fantasy football going. You know, I've got my picks. You know.
Now, another bar was the Rendezvous Bar right there at the lobby, and they had live music there on the last night.
Very nice setup with like the swing couches or chairs, and like you could sit, 2 people could sit on these little swing things, and they were cushioned. Very relaxing. Nice bar in there too. We always had good service at the bars.
Yes.
The bars always delivered really good service. The drink quality was really good. I mean, you're not going to get a better margarita than Mexico.
That's very true. Now, they do have a nightclub called Desires, but it's closed right now due to COVID. So
yeah, they don't want people up late, you know.
Right, so we did not get to experience that, but we have been to their nightclubs at their other resorts, and, you know, they're fun. They usually have a DJ going, and it's fun, but that one is currently closed.
Like that's a plus for Secrets that other properties might not have, is that nightclub experience. So
because a lot of people, you know, they like that. They want, you know, the option to at least like go party.
Yeah, they're not going to bed at 11 or midnight. They're going to party. And Secrets, especially this resort, delivers that. Right now with COVID, it's not there, but you still got a lot of that with the other lounge that was open.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they're going to go late.
Lounge.
They're going to go late at night. But I think, you know, that's something good. I think for this resort, as we were talking about it, you know, where would you put this thing on the chill scale? Because I put it more of lively. This is more of an upbeat, lively place, but it was so big at least it felt so big that if you wanted a little chill atmosphere, you get away from it.
I was going to say, I think that, yeah, it definitely was not just chill and laid back. I think it had a good mix of both because, yeah, if you want to be in the party zone, you certainly can because, there was definitely a lot going on, a good lively atmosphere at all of the bars. Or if you just wanted to relax, you could do that at your room if you have like a nice swim out or, go lounge on the beach and it's peaceful and quiet or at the quiet pool. So I think it gives you a good option for a good mix of both lively and, quiet.
I'd agree with that. Like if you want to get lively, it's there.
Yeah.
Because they only have one swim up bar. So everyone that wants to hang out at the swim up bar, you're all together. It's a party.
Yes.
So that was kind of fun to see. And then we went to the quiet pool and my gosh, it gives you a kind of like very therapeutic, chill atmosphere there at the quiet pool. I mean, there was like very just chill, quiet music playing. The sports bars near the quiet pool, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. But overall, really good stay. A couple of things that, I just want to speak on.
No, before you go.
Yes. And I don't know if it's, when you travel right now, I do advise, go with a little bit of grace because everybody's just trying to get through 2020 and get through all the new changes and safety protocols with COVID and everything. So you kind of have to keep that in mind. But
for sure,
the service was kind of hit or miss when we were there.
Yeah, it was. I would say like out of every place we've traveled during the pandemic, this one had the most inconsistencies.
Yes.
And you could almost feel that there just was a lot going on not like that a customer would see, but I feel like they were dealing with a lot of changes behind the scenes.
Yes.
But I think it's kind of a testament to them trying really hard to still put a good experience together with everything going on that they had. Because I mean, and
I know it's tough, but it should not take 2 hours to get a hot dog on the beach. So
yeah, we had a couple. Go with grace. I think that's a great way to put it.
Yes,
so just and you're getting a way better deal than you would normally. So kind of take everything.
Go in with an open mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just one thing that I noticed that it was inconsistent. And I don't know if it's just the week that we're there or what, but it was just inconsistent.
It didn't deter me. Like if I was a client and paying, I would still go to this. Like,
I would too.
This
Absolutely.
is not it's not enough to deter me, but it's just something I think it's a great point because right now it's just good to get out, to be honest.
Yes.
Like it was so good to just get out and kick your feet up and chill. And I'm the type of person that I can let a lot of stuff go because I don't care. I'm just like I'm happy to be there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I think it's worth mentioning for those that expect like literally prompt service at the snap of a finger with everything going on right now. And this is across the board. This isn't just a secrets thing. You're going to see it everywhere a little bit. You just have resorts. Some resorts handle it better than others, right? It is what it is.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely agree. So I just think go in with an open mind. So to give you an idea on pricing, because obviously everyone wants to know that. So this resort in January of this year, so Junior Suite Tropical View room starting at about $533 per night, and that's total for two people.
That's January next year.
Yes, January 2021. My apologies.
Yeah.
And then in September, which September is a better price time to go, down to Mexico and the Caribbean, but it's starting at $384 per night for a couple.
That's not bad.
Which that's less than $200 a night, and that includes all your food, drinks, everything. So that's a great price.
It's a very good deal.
Yes.
And that's about what I would expect right now, considering the times.
Yes.
I think it's spot on for the property.
Yeah, no, I definitely.
And I can definitely see it going up after COVID. Like that's a price that will go up a little bit once COVID passes.
Yeah, it usually does.
That's a COVID deal.
Yes.
Yeah. A pandemic special.
And then one quick thing.
I'm not laughing at that. There's just a funny Comedy Central show that we watch, and they have a pandemic. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at the pandemic.
No, but one thing I do want to mention just about secrets in general, if you take a look, a lot of their resorts, it's kind of been varying between them, but whether you stay 5 nights or 6 nights, it's the same price because they're doing 6 nights free. And that's a promotion that they're running through the end of November of this year. So.
Yeah, so if you can squeeze night number 6 in, if you have the PTO or whatever, use it because it's free. You're getting that extra, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
All right. What's your question of the day?
Are we done? Are we wrapping it
I
up?
was going to say, unless if you have any final thoughts or things you want to mention.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, the beach, like if we had a high level and summarize this thing, I would say the beach is incredible. If you're a beach person, this is a great place for you.
Yes.
If you're a room person, if that room's important, you like to spread out, kick your feet up in your room and drink some wine and watch TV, that's a great perfect resort for it. And if you like that village feel, it always felt, everywhere we were walking, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
and
very lush,
there was just
green.
paths everywhere. It's not like a big open field. There are little paths that take you everywhere. Very nice place, and I did like the entertainment too. I think they delivered a lot of good entertainment there.
Yes, I definitely think so.
The only cons I would say is confusing sometimes to navigate. A little inconsistent service because I'm going to chalk it up to COVID, but they were doing the best they could. I'm not going to hold it against them too much, but you have to note it. It is what it is. We're not going to hide it from any of our fans and audience members. But no, I think it was good. I think it's definitely worth the price to pay for sure.
Yeah.
So, anyways, question of the day.
What's question of the day?
Least favorite, most hated Thanksgiving food type.
Well, that's
or food.
An interesting
What's
one.
the dish you dislike the most?
It's gonna be.
I can't believe you're gonna say
turkey.
this. I cannot believe you're putting that on the air.
Yes. So I do not eat turkey. I don't like turkey. I think it's not good. It doesn't taste.
You're the pickiest human.
I actually am a very picky eater, and definitely turkey does not appeal to me. I've tried it numerous times, and I'm not trying it anymore because I don't like it. So I don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving. I usually just eat all of the sides.
If you think Janet's crazy, DM us and tell us, because I think she's crazy for not eating turkey.
Yeah, so on Thanksgiving I eat all of like the casseroles and
Get your roll on.
yes, and the vegetables, and macaroni, but I do not eat turkey.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, what's your least favorite?
I mean, I like everything.
I was gonna say, you
I'm
usually
a freaking recycling bin. Like, you can just dump stuff
I was gonna say,
in
you
me.
eat all of everything.
Like, I'm a goat. Like, goats eat everything. I'm a goat at Thanksgiving. I try a little bit of everything. I would say, like, least, like, what I like the least. Not a huge fan of the cranberry sauce, although I eat it almost every year. I still don't quite know how that's made or what. It's almost like a jelly. Jello jelly. Like a Jello jelly.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably my least favorite. And then, I don't know. I don't. We like desserts, right? Like, dessert's always great. But I feel like after a Thanksgiving meal, I don't have room for dessert usually.
He always complains about how stuffed he is and how he ate way too many carbs. And he complains for like 4 days after. So it's going to be fun times this weekend.
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm kidding.
But I do. I eat a lot of carbs because the mashed potatoes always good. The rolls, everything. It's so delicious.
Rice, mac and cheese, casserole. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if many people actually cook this on Thanksgiving. Corn? Is that a Thanksgiving thing?
Yeah.
People do corn? I don't like. I'm not. That would be that's probably the
My
list.
grandmother always cooks cream corn.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
I like regular corn, not cream corn.
I'm not a huge corn eater either way.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I like cornbread.
I'll eat some cornbread.
Yeah. I think that's just like a southern thing, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You done with your cornbread? That movie Life, it's so funny.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite movies of all time is Life, and I love it when Eddie Murphy's sitting there in jail. And
okay, you don't need to do the impression.
I know they're telling everyone to buzz off, and the one guy's like, "Are you going to eat your cornbread?" And Malcolm Lawrence is in there too, and
Martin
Lawrence is like, "No, you can have it." And then Eddie Murphy's like, "Heck no, man! Stand up for yourself. Hey, he's gonna eat his cornbread. You can get your own cornbread, man."
Is that Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, and Martin Lawrence is like, no, it's fine. It's fine. He can have my cornbread. And Eddie Murphy's like, no, you got to stand up for yourself, man. Get your own cornbread.
Yeah, and then it starts a fight.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's pretty funny.
I'm having to Google that. It is Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it in so long. I can't remember.
It's such a great movie.
That is a good movie.
Yeah, good times.
All right, well, I think we've rambled enough.
Anyways, if you want more information on this resort or anything else, any other questions, feel free to hit us up. You can find us at penyaktravel.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. Go ahead and follow us if you don't mind. We're trying to get our subs up, so if you can follow us, that would be great.
Subscribers?
Yeah, subscribers.
Yes. Or you can give us a call, 1-800-674-3278, and it comes directly to me.
It comes right to Janet herself. So anyways, we love you guys. We hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
It's a holiday I think although it's been a crazy year, I really think that all of us still have a lot to be thankful for, because there's people that aren't even here right now to see the craziness. There's, I think everyone's family has been impacted by this in one way or another, but I think at the end of the day, when we sit down with our families this week, find something to be thankful for and just be grateful and humble, and this is the day to do it. And to kind of summarize 2020 Thanksgiving, I will be thankful. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the show. I'm thankful for our fans and people that DM us all the time. We love all you guys, and just a heartfelt thankfulness going out there to everybody.
All right, sounds good.
And you're not thankful for anything. I know you're not thankful for turkey.
No, I'm not thankful for turkey. No, I am thankful for you and for all of our clients and fans, and I am thankful for 2020 to be over with.
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna be a little thankful when that ball drops.
Yep, I agree.
All right, we love you guys. We'll see you next time. And not Secrets LeBlanc coming up next.
LeBlanc Cancun coming up next.
It's gonna be fire one. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be a fire review.
Yes.
All right, love you guys.